radio or driving to the punk rock show. Well, I don't wanna hear your podcast. No, I don't wanna hear your podcast. I got nothing to do today, and you got so many things to say. Still, I don't wanna hear your podcast. No, I don't wanna hear your podcast. You're just another voice in the crowd, and you don't dare to say what's not allowed. You bought a new pop filter and a fancy microphone, so go enjoy yourself and leave me alone. Don't wanna hear your podcast. I got nothing to do today, and you got so many things to say. Still, I don't wanna hear your podcast. No, I don't wanna hear your podcast. You're just another voice in the crowd, and you don't dare to say what's not allowed. You bought a new pop filter and fancy microphone, so go enjoy yourself and leave me alone. Go enjoy yourself, leave me alone.
Do everything, Dave?
Oh, I forgot to do that.
Oh, what's that? Oh,
I left the TV down.
that's okay.
That's going to be our guest.
It is going to be our guest. But you guys know that because you saw the promo.
Yeah.
So
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Welcome to Liberty Late Night.
I am Mary. This is Dave.
Oh, making it rain.
We might, what?
They're making it rain.
Making it rain. Okay.
Making it rain bits.
Yeah. Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Aaron, for the bits, you guys. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here tonight. It's the first Friday in May. And tomorrow's May 4th. So you know what you have to say to everybody.
Oh, May the 4th be with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep.
That's tomorrow.
It is. Time
Neat.
is a flying. We spent yesterday celebrating our middle child. Christopher turned 11. And I made them waffles, and because I always let them, like, what do you want for breakfast? Like, you know, so he was like, oh, I want homemade waffles and strawberries and chocolate milk. So that's what they all got for breakfast. And then Dave took a half day, and it was so nice outside. He took the kids to ride their bikes.
Got a sunburn?
Little sunburn. Yeah, Jane's is better since I put all that aloe on it.
Yeah, mine's.
Yeah. Oh, is it? I'm sorry.
No,
I was
it's
touching
fine.
it. She was, yeah. And then we went bowling. A
Bowling party.
Birthday party.
Chaos.
Yes.
I bowled a 130 something,
You
which is
did.
pretty good for me.
I did not break 100 because I was like, I'm on my way to
Yeah.
breaking 100. And then it just fucking sucked the rest of the time. Sorry. But that's how it went. Yeah. But it was so much fun. Even if I score a 30 total, it's just fun. It's a fun thing to do. Yeah. Team middle child. So
Me too.
we had, we're making memories. Yeah. We had a good day. It was a gorgeous day. that God gave to Chris for his birthday. It was super beautiful. Yeah, I got to see a lot of friends and family, and was exhausted. And then played D&D.
You did.
David D3 made a new campaign that he's going to run for 3 weeks.
Guys like D&D, get on our Discord. Maybe we can squeeze you in.
I have no idea how that works. So, Chris is my favorite middle child of yours. Aw, thanks, guys. I'll pass along all the birthday wishes to him. Yes. Oh, free comic book day too. I think I miss that like every year. So, is that tomorrow? Is that what you're saying, that I didn't miss it yet this year?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, cool beans. Yeah, so then we played our new characters, for the session, and David did a great job being the dungeon master. But I'm tired. I'm whooped. It's been a busy week. And just more busyness to come. We have so much going on.
I meant to ask you to fix that, the crack in the space-time continuum.
I see it.
Bothering me.
Okay, yeah, you have to fix it so it doesn't bother you. I'm like, so right now the temperature is like cool outside, but it's like humid, like sticky, and so I am so uncomfortable because I don't know, am I hot? Am I cold? I'm not sure. Right now I'm warm, but if Dave puts a fan on I might get cold. But it's not like a good kind of cold. It's like the
all cold is
humid. No, but like humid cold is like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want it directly on me if you are going to turn it on, but you're not going to turn it on. Okay. And this eye is twitching, so
let's say hi to people. You want to say hi to people?
I was just getting all the stuff
Francis
out.
and Catherine. Yeah. Into the living room, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Just in the living room. You should say it.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. You know when you have a twitch and it's like,
it's just that mild, but it feels like your whole face is trembling.
Can see it. Yeah. Aaron is first. What's up, Miss Maud?
You done messed up, Aaron.
And Laura, he's with Laura right now, so they're gonna come into chat soon.
Laura.
Yay! That's okay. She gets the button because they're there together. So, what's up, Josh? You thought Dave was gonna be late. We were here.
Yeah, I didn't have the chat refresh, so I looked up and I saw it going like this. And I'm like, oh no, it's after 9.
Yeah. Well, it was 9, not after 9. It was 9. Like 9 o'clock in some seconds.
Yeah.
Technically after, I suppose. Keith, what's going on? You were early in on time.
Which doesn't surprise me because you're a bad person.
But you're still not a bad person, no matter what time you arrive. What's up, Cheney? How are you?
David. We love David.
Matt Lacey's in the house. Matt! Yay! Nice to see you guys. Celeste is here. Hi, Celeste.
Ooh, just stabbing at him. I gotta be careful.
Push the wrong button.
Everybody dislikes that.
And hello to baby Irene, because I'm assuming she's nearby.
Hello, Irene.
What's up, Joe's Writers Club? We got a Joe button. We'll say hi.
Yeah, hey, Joe. What's going on?
Hello to you. Yes. I just want to make sure we got Joe.
We got another Joe?
We got the Joe.
Yeah, hey, Joe. What's going on?
Yep, you guys are not having deja vu, just so you know.
I barely have enough buttons for everybody.
What's up?
Wait, did I? Oh, I did.
You did.
Hey, Jay!
Jay Forte. There's a car that says Forte on the back of it, and anytime we see it, we're like, Jay Forte. Yeah. So.
Hey, there's Richard.
Yeah, Richard.
I
Back again, Richard. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah,
give him some kind of reaction.
Look at Alex
sure.
Jones.
Come on over here.
Any chance.
Come on over.
One of my favorite reaction buttons.
Doesn't really react to anything. It's just a funny video.
Or video, yeah. I love it. How his body's like, whoop. All of it is great. Yes. Oh boy, look at that. You can't tell, but it's like it's seizing.
We're doing pretty good.
I think we are doing. Yeah. Yep. So much fun being on your show. Thanks so much. Well, today we have Mark Rutherford on our show, so stay tuned. But right before we bring him on, we're gonna go to the movie wheel. You guys, it's Cinco de Mayo on Sunday, right?
You ready? I know.
Okay, they can't hear you.
It's doing the wrong screen.
Wrong screen.
There we go.
Hi, Coneth. Hello.
I saw it as soon as... Did you guys see what's going on here? It's Cinco de Mayo, so this is like the most Spanish show that we could think of. I'm gonna spin it and get this over
we'll
with.
see which one we're gonna. We'll see which movie what we're gonna watch. Yes. It's Three Amigos.
Would you believe it?
Oh my gosh! Yay! Make sure you take it off the original.
Remove all
too.
instances.
I'm gonna take it off the other one.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Three Amigos this week. Every Sunday night we watch a movie on our super secret movie channel.
We're so excited.
Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We don't share the link here, but if you're in our LLN community group on Facebook, LLN community group, or in our Discord, we share it there. And you guys can come in and hang out while we watch a movie together and we talk and laugh. And that's it.
And that's it?
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
I don't know.
That sounds familiar.
I know, so many things to choose from. Yeah. That's what Dave earlier was like, should we pick a movie to watch on Cinco de Mayo? And I'm like, yeah. Hang out. Yeah. Send a message and Dave will send you the super secret link.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the bar.
Seriously. Ooh, it's twitching, man.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know. Nobody can see it.
No.
Yep. No. Okay, so I saw those on the list because I looked up
Desperado. I don't think I've seen that. And we already watched Get the Gringo. Was that what it was called?
Oh,
that was fun.
Yeah, that was a fun one with what's his face? Yeah. Twitching on Twitch. That's me right now. Yep.
Antonio Banderas. That one's yours.
It is mine. That is correct. Excuse me.
Hey, we're early.
I know. I got all my things out. I wanted to make sure I said everything because I wanted to make sure we were on time for it. So real quickly, for Chris's birthday yesterday, he does not like cake, and that's okay. Like some people, when they hear you say like you don't like cake, they're like, what? You know. Then there's other people who are like, yeah, me neither. You know, or I don't like the frosting, or whatever. But he just doesn't like cake in general at all, so that's fine. So every year we've done different things for him. No, he's not a pie guy either. He's not.
He likes pizzelles.
He likes pizzelles. Yes. What's up, Dawn in Alabama? Hello. I'll play. Who else came
Dan
in?
Or Dawn?
This was Dawn in Alabama, and then who else? Who came in while we were?
Okay.
Coneth came in while we were doing movie. If you want to play his. But anyway, so we for the second year in a row did Krispy Kreme donuts, the glazed donuts. So, and you know what? It's really nice because then all the kids just take a donut and then I don't have to worry about a big mess or cake or cutting and plates and whatever. It's just like they take their donut and run and then come back for more donuts. But they're good. They really are so good. And everybody's always excited like, oh yeah, it's not just cake. It's a donut. It's a good donut. So we had a lot of fun. It was a great time, and we're looking forward to doing some more bowling. We have one more bowling adventure before our trip to Tennessee.
Do we?
Yes, because when Echo lets out, they always do the bowling.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be bowling again. Okay, so he does not like pudding. He probably would not try cannoli. He does not like cream cheese or anything textured like it, or anything like puddingy or anything like that. So, but he does like queso sauce. He likes a certain zesty queso sauce, just a certain kind. And then but he also eats other really good food. So I'm like, I'm not going to be mad because you're picky. He's not that picky. So, not even banana pudding. No, I don't think he would eat the banana pudding. He doesn't like the texture, I think. You can buy the donut and pick. Wait, what? Syringe off. What? Oh, inject your what?
What is that?
You can pick your own syringe of filling that you want and self-inject your donut.
Where at?
At a
donut place.
At a donut place where Coneth lives on the west coast, not just the west side.
We're just gonna make sure that audio and everything's hooked up before we bring you actually into the show. So we're just kind of talking to the audience right now. Oh,
thank you, Matt Lacey, for the honk. Mark, can you hear us? Okay, cool. Great. And I can hear you just fine. Dave's going to bring you on into the show now.
All right, where are we at? Here we go. I think that should work. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yay, the music is playing. I hope you can hear the music.
Yes, I can.
All right, we'll let that die down. Let me straighten this up a little bit. So everybody, this is Mark Rutherford, and you're running for the LNC chair right now. I know you were the chair of your state. I think you ran
7
a couple
years.
7 years. You ran a couple other campaigns.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, welcome to Liberty Late Night. I'm
Yeah, I'll let
Mary.
you take over.
And this is
Yeah,
Dave.
Mary.
You did most of the talking with Dave.
Yes, we did. Yes, Dave.
Yeah, she does most of the talking on the stream, and I do all the behind the scenes
Yeah,
stuff. Oh,
he
what
does
did
a
I just do?
lot. So he's doing his little tweaking things on the screen right now for other stuff. So,
That's gonna mess up everything.
okay. So, what were you saying?
I messed up everything. It's fine.
Okay, you're fine,
It's
Dave.
fine.
You're fine. All right. So, I was reading, and it said that you joined the Libertarian Party in 1996. So, what was going
That's
on
correct.
before 96? Were you Democrat, Republican, Independent, all the above?
Well, I toyed around with Republican campaigns, but my first, basically, I knew of the Libertarian Party when it was formed because my father was a political columnist from the Indianapolis News and was reporting on it. So I knew it was happening. I knew it was happening in 1980. I had a lot of fraternity brothers who helped for the Clark campaign for president, but I just wasn't convinced enough that the party was ready. It just wasn't right for me. And in the early 90s, though, I was having real problems with the Republican Party and started giving money to libertarian candidates. And finally, with Harry Brown coming on Indianapolis radio about 94, 95, and I decided this may be the way I want to go. And I joined in 96, life member now. Best thing I ever did.
Nice.
So I've been around it since its very beginning, although I was 12, 13 years old.
Oh,
okay, but
wow.
no, that's really neat though that you were and you saw it and you're like, okay, this just isn't, the right fit for me. But what was it? Was it a certain act or two that the Republican Party did that you were just like, oh my gosh, that's the line in the sand and they crossed it, or was it just a buildup?
Well, that's a great question. It's a buildup, and I've seen that with many people. They've really never thought it. They've hearing about the principles, the concepts, the way libertarians think, the way they live, what their philosophy is, how things should be done. And boy, it just seemed to resonate with me. But it took me a while to get there because you always think that, I grew up in the Republican Party as a kid, so you have strong connections with that. Mm-hmm. And then you realize that maybe what they say and what they're doing isn't the same thing. And you just go from there. And eventually you go, look, I'm just going to dive in all the way. And I did. I was doing it in the early 90s, but went all the way in 96.
That's great. That is great. I want to ask about your thoughts on the Libertarian Party since you got to witness, it's, be part of its beginning. How do you feel about it now? Have they strayed? Have they done what other political parties have done and kind of, wishy-washy, walk this way, that way? Are they back in line with what they originally said they are?
Well, it depends on what part of the Libertarian Party you look at it. I'm running for national chair because I have the management skills, I have the messaging skills, I have the skills to get money. Those are the three top things right now that aren't happening at the national party, in my opinion. And they've gone downhill quite a bit, especially over the last 2 years. But then you look at certain states. I mean, I'm from Indiana. I know how it's going. It's going great. It's moving forward. It's getting more people elected, more people appointed, getting more publicity. I remember a time when you didn't get invited to a debate and you called and they said, who are you and what's the Libertarian Party? Now they invite us in Indiana to all the debates, all the functions. Our gubernatorial candidate, even before he was nominated in March, was going and being invited to all these forums across Indiana with the other candidates who are announcing as Republicans and Democrats. He's part of the process now. Of course, in 2020, he came in second in 1/3 of the counties as governor in Indiana. But that took a long way to get there, a lot of hard work. Texas, I see great things coming out. I see other states, great things coming out. As always, there are states that are better and states that are not as good, and sometimes it's cyclical. But from the national standpoint, it needs somebody like me to be running it who knows how to run a national board. And a national board is not a micromanager. The national board is a 30,000-foot level a group that's bringing in contacts and experience, but it's not running the show. It's hiring staff, and it's doing things to help the states. To me, the states are the most important aspect of the Libertarian Party and the state parties. It's helping them do what they need to do. And one thing that I've learned over the years is that what's good for Indiana may not be good for New York. And I'm not picking on New York at all. What I'm saying is there are different things that resonate to voters at different places and what is important based on what's going on. And the states are the ones that are the best standpoint of deciding what that is. And for the states, they need to listen to their counties, their parish, their townships, etc., to help them decide what they should do. And when I was state chair of Indiana, marijuana was still a very difficult concept. Not so now. It's amazing what's happened over 25 years, 30 years. But we ran really hard on marijuana in Tippecanoe County, which is where Purdue's located, Purdue University. We ran very hard on it in Monroe County, where Indiana University is. Why? They were way ahead in understanding where things should be. So that was good. There was other counties, which I won't name now because they're way more accepting of marijuana than they used to be, that could cause you to not do as well and no one would listen to you. Yeah. So the point is you have to do what the voters are ready for. And Ron Paul was good at this when he, after he ran for president as a libertarian in 1988, he went back and did a lot of polling, from what I understand, figuring out where everybody was in his district. And he would run on those issues that they were ready for and almost ready for. And then 2 years later, he'd add a couple more where they're almost ready for. And by the time he retired from Congress, that was an incredibly libertarian district, and they liked him, and they were voting for him. That's how you do it. You reach in simple language to the voters to get elected. You reach out to the elected people, because in Indiana, we have rules where, you, for example, I'm chairman of the Indiana Public Defender Commission. Why am I? The governor has 3 appointments and only 2 can be from his party. And they figured out early on, and I'm glad in 2007 that Libertarians is another party under Indiana law. And so I was asked to become a part of that to keep, basically, they didn't want a Democrat there. I'm fine with that because my voice gets there as a libertarian. 2008, I'm elected chair. And that's 5 Republicans, 5 Democrats, and me. And roughly. Wow. I've been chair since 2008. And I've been able to influence it greatly because I'm there. I'm chair. I can say things. And sometimes I say something and they go, we didn't think of this. Other times they don't agree, but that's okay because I'm giving new ideas that are libertarian oriented and moving things forward. And that's what the state parties, the county parties, and the national parties all should be doing. And right now, the national party is just not being managed well, in my opinion. And you just have to do that. It's a 30,000-foot level. You don't run things. You have a staff. You hire a good staff. You raise money to hire a good staff. You evaluate the staff. Indiana Public Defender Commission, we do it yearly. And we've got an excellent staff because they know what we want. It's not micromanaging and it's macromanaging. And that helps a staff be effective.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense too. Who and how many folks are you up against for this position?
Well, I know of 2 other people running for national chair right now. One's the current chair and one's a current Libertarian National Committee. I believe he's an at-large member of the Libertarian National Committee.
Okay. All right. And when does this all take place? I'm not good at knowing when.
we don't pay attention to it.
It's Memorial Day weekend.
Oh my gosh. That's
so
right
it starts, it's right around the corner. So it's a couple of weeks away, roughly 2 or 3 weeks away.
Oh, is that the big convention that everybody's talking about?
That's the national convention.
Okay, the big news just came out before.
Yeah, the big news came out on that. And if you look at my Facebook page, Rutherford for chair, you'll see how I feel about that.
Do you want to share how you feel about that?
Yeah, I just don't think it's appropriate. Trump is a Republican nominee no matter what, unless something very strange happens, which is highly unlikely at their convention. Yeah. Biden, I understand, was invited. I don't know what his position is. But they are going to be the nominees for the Republicans and Democrats, and that takes away from what the goal of the 2024 convention is. Number one goal is to select a presidential candidate that'll help us get more votes and move forward.
Mhm.
Same with the vice presidential candidate. Having a nominee of another party there dilutes it, confuses people. It's the wrong thing to do.
Whose idea was that?
It does seem weird to
just
have
seems
one of your
weird.
competitors show up to your convention. I thought that was a little weird. It's going to be hilarious, I think. However it turns out.
Right, it's already causing problems.
Yeah.
There's a motion out there by one of the members of the Libertarian National Committee to rescind the invite. It causes all types of problems with that. And what for? I'm not voting for Trump. I'm voting for the Libertarian candidate. I'm a loyal person of the Libertarian Party, no matter what's going on. Up or down, I'm sticking with it because through the years, it has become more and more effective.
I thought you were joking when you told. I was like, "Wow, that's hilarious." You know, Dave was like, "They're having Trump," and I'm like, I thought it was a joke because who would do that?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. So
I mean, I can kind of see both sides, the publicity, but it's not going to be good publicity.
Yeah.
It's not like
right. This was 2004, 2005. I'm not sure of the exact time when the convention was held, but the Sierra Club top dog president was invited to speak, and that caused a lot of controversy. And he had some libertarian ideas himself, which is why I think he was invited to speak, although the group tends to be more socialist leaning, in my opinion. And that right there tells you what happens when you invite somebody who isn't quite a libertarian to the most important thing for the national party, which is the conventions, where the members decide, do we change the bylaws? Do we change the rules? What do we do? Who do we select to be officers, members of our Libertarian National Committee other than officers, and every 4 years our presidential and vice presidential candidate. That's the focus and purpose of the conventions.
How long is the convention, and what is it like there being a part of it?
Oh, it's a political convention. There's a lot of people who have different opinions, but the whole goal is to get where you can get a majority of people to agree on moving forward in some way. And every convention I've been at, I've agreed with some of it, some I haven't, but usually you see some forward movement. You don't see a decline in membership. You don't see lots of antagonism. You don't see states upset. You always do. It's going to happen, but you want to keep that to a minimum if you can. And but it's like any other convention. There's wheeling and dealing, of course, as you're trying to get your point across. And sometimes you do make compromises, because I do it all the time in Indiana, working with getting the General Assembly to do things. Some things they don't want us to deal with, even though they might be in favor of it. But they'll say, if you do that, then we'll give you committee hearings on this, which means that you're going to get the bill on the floor and maybe passed. And it sometimes happens. If you understand and have been in politics, and unlike a lot of libertarians, there's a lot who have been, but most come in because they've given up with the other parties. They think they need to do something, in my opinion. That's what I think. And what some polling has suggested and some questioning has suggested is what happens. I call them white hat people, but they don't have the experience in politics. And I mean, my earliest memories are being in county party parking garages in Indiana, when at that time you could do it for fundraisers and et cetera. And you see that they had a 10-year plan, 15-year plan, and they were willing to do what they could to try to move to what they thought was the most important things, which included compromises at times and doing things to move yourself forward. Libertarians tend to be very principled, which is great, but you have to understand, in my opinion, that to get what you want, you sometimes have to do it slowly and get it piece by piece. I'm a litigator. I do business law. I do business litigation. I do criminal defense. And when it comes to businesses being accused of doing regulatory problems, which may be just a fine, I have to argue before judges and before juries. And I understand that I've got to go from where they don't know what I know, they don't know about the case. I've got to put it in a way that they can understand in as simple terms as possible to get them to what is the best result for my client and how to do that. And that's what you have to do in politics. Whether you like it or not, that's what a political party does. A political party can educate, and a lot of people look at the Libertarian Party to educate. But I believe you educate by running great candidates and getting people appointed to positions and having people who I get on the TV and radio and podcasts in Indiana quite a bit, and that educates. But how did we do it? By running good candidates, good campaigns, and they went, they're not crazy. They have good ideas. Let's ask the libertarians. It happens in Indiana. They
That's
don't
neat.
always come to us, but it does happen
Yeah.
enough that we know that we're becoming effective because and our approach for years has been along those lines. Let's get some things done that we can now and wait to do other things later and get credibility so people go, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
See, I kind of like both sides where you have the hard line libertarians, no compromise, just purists, and I admire that. But I also like anything that leads to a more libertarian society. So even if it has to be just little piece by piece, I'm for that too. I'm not going to diss somebody who's trying to their best to make a change in the positive direction.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the people. I won't label them what you did because some of them think it's not that they don't like it.
No, I love it.
They're no, some people don't, but they are very bold about what they said. But there's good ways to do that, and sometimes the political party is not the best way to do that. Indiana and other states have run people who have been that way at a certain level or a certain position to make a point, but then they have other candidates not running that way going, oh, that person's just, they're good, but here's what I'm going to do. And if you're not running for an office and you're just going out on a social media site and saying that stuff, go for what you think. You'll convince some people and find some people. But a political party, its goal, if you do it correctly, is to change the politics of the organization and to get people elected. If you really want major changes, start getting city councils with 3 to 2 out of 5 people.
Oh yeah,
if 3 of them are libertarians. But have the people there who know how to do that and do it in a way so that the other parties involved aren't out to ruin you and take over from you. They go, oh, well, that's wrong, but that wasn't so bad. I mean, that's what you do. And I'm beginning to see that in Indiana. I've seen it in other places where we've quickly been able to get majorities on city councils, et cetera, in the United States and other boards, which has happened across the United States. If you're not politic about it, that's a better word than smart. Politics necessarily doesn't mean the smartest thing. It means the thing that gets it done, that is ethical and reasonable. They don't get elected because they went too quickly. They could have changed some things for a term, and then they go, see, it wasn't so bad, elect us again. When you're elected again, you can do a lot more.
Yeah.
True.
You're carrying a little clout then.
Yeah. Yep.
So I have no problems with the people who are very bold, and I like them. And there are people out there right now who are being very bold, but they're not running for anything. That's great. They're reaching people. They're doing a good job. They're doing what needs to be done, and they're not doing it to hurt people who are doing it in a different way, which is the way I look at politics and how you do it as a libertarian party.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Thanks, Lois.
Hey, very good.
All right. So you had touched on this about being a public defender. What took you in that direction? Is that something you always wanted to do when you were growing up, or how did you get there?
Well, I've been around lawyers all my life because I've been around politics all my life. And so I was impressed with what they did. I liked them. I liked what they did. I had an interest in criminal law. You do a lot more litigation in criminal law. Did deputy prosecutor in Indianapolis for a little over 3 years. And what I decided was that I liked the defense. I mean, I was a good prosecutor, and you do what you do to represent your client, and you do it ethically. But I got the defense arguments before I got the state's evidence arguments. And so I went into public defense at that point in time, and my own private practice working at a private firm. So that's where I went into that line of work, and was doing major felonies, and both as a prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney. I'm doing that within 2 years of graduating from law school.
Wow.
That's the beauty of doing it that way, because you get a lot of experience quickly at a young age. And boy, did I learn a lot, but I thought pretty good at it. The reason I was asked for the Public Defender Commission is that they knew I had done public defense. I was already known as a libertarian. And I get the call from the Governor's Council saying, we believe we can appoint you and we'd like to. Do you agree? And I go, yes. I mean, those are the opportunities that happen based on what I've done in the past and what the Libertarian Party of Indiana had done.
Nice.
That's nice. Ohio is for Mark, says Michelle. I don't know if you can see any of the comments.
Oh, I see
or
that.
anything.
Very good. Thank you, Michelle.
Now, being a public defender, I read because you believe that everybody deserves a good defense.
Yes.
So that's got to be a pretty exciting job. I mean, like, have you've had to like defend people that you probably don't like or don't believe are honest?
I will say that there are people I don't like I've defended, and whether or not I thought they were innocent or guilty, or whether they did it or not, because guilty in the United States is being proved beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
If there's two theories, when you're guilty and when you're not guilty, that you're not guilty. But I never thought about whether I thought that they had done that or not. What I thought about was, can the state prove it beyond a reasonable doubt and make them do that?
Yeah.
And to me, I mean, I've heard the old things out there that rather have a bunch of guilty people go free than one innocent person convicted. I think society's better that way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I admire that. That's because a lot of times it's just like everybody kind of like, oh, the defenders, defending these animals and stuff like that. But it's like, no, because we don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Right, and
like
juries work very hard. I mean, I've been on a jury. It was one of those situations where the prosecutor thought the defense attorney would remove me and the defense attorney thought the prosecutor would remove me, and neither did. And the look on the judge's face when he realized I was on the jury who knew me very well, was like, "Oh my gosh, Mr. Rutherford!" I mean, he actually said something along those lines. You're on the jury. So it was great to be on it. I saw behind the scenes how juries work. It was an excellent experience.
Oh yeah, that would be good. That'd be good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you made them work.
No, they actually, I said, any of you, we went into the jury room and they said, I said, well, who wants to be the foreman? And they said, you are, all of them.
Oh,
said that. I said, oh, any of you could be it. No, you will be.
You will.
And one who happened to be a friend of mine, she said, we will hurt you if you're not the jury foreman. She actually said that. She was joking, of course.
Right,
but,
right.
Yes, but that was a great experience. Yeah, I know, it was great to do that. It was a great jury, and everybody, every jury I hear about, they work hard to try to get the right result.
Oh
Yeah.
Great.
What's the longest that you were a part of a jury, like that the trial went on for?
Well, as part of the jury I was picked for, it was just a day, and one of the witnesses changed their story compared to what they had told under depositions. So we were kind of looking around going, how can the state prove this beyond a reasonable doubt? Well, the reason was this witness really just changed everything and surprised everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
So it was we debated for about an hour and a half, and then we went, well, whether the person did it or not, they can't prove it. So not guilty.
Right. That's what it comes. Yeah. Yep. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Who else said that? Colin hasn't been picked for a jury, but he wants to do it. I think it's one of the most powerful civic duties is being on a jury, because you can choose which laws. You have the whole nullification thing that you don't say that, otherwise you'll never get on. But
they won't put you on.
unless you don't want on the jury.
Yeah, then
people who, and they have a background to say that they actually believe that. If you say that and people say no, you're just trying to keep off the jury, you may not get off. But if you do have, there are people who have been vocal about it, and they get picked for jury service, saying I've been vocal about it. I can't convict.
Yeah. Exactly. What was the longest case that you have worked on as a defender? Yeah.
Oh geez, I don't remember. You forget about that. Maybe a week.
Oh, okay.
I haven't had any of these. Indiana has a very good system in that we don't spend a lot of time doing a lot of things. Like California, you have preliminary hearings. We don't in Indiana. You have a piece of paper. If the paper is verified under oath by somebody who's kind of reliable, then the charge, you can have a bond. If it's and I've had this happen. I've argued that the paperwork is not sufficient to show that this person did anything, there's no bond set. They're just like sit home, show up again, because you don't have to have a probable cause in Indiana. You just have to have a prosecutor saying that. Unlike other states, Indiana says a prosecutor has to say something happened. Other states, a citizen can file a complaint, and now you've got charges, and things are a mess. I like Indiana's system in many ways, including there's ways to get preliminary hearings if you have it in Indiana, but it's not required. And the trials, we have long trials, but they're for the cases where they really require it.
Yeah. Yep.
We're getting a lot of questions from the
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
Maybe
Go
we should
ahead.
ask some of those.
Go ahead. Absolutely.
We can start with Gary here. He asks, what do you think about libertarians infiltrating the GOP like what Ron Paul did as a means to change?
Well, I've got a strong opinion, and that is I've seen more success doing it from the Libertarian Party. Ron Paul can do what he thinks is effective, and maybe he had opportunities of which I'm not aware. And he had a lot of effectiveness, but that's an individual decision that you have to make. My decision has been for a very, very long time, and why I finally said I'm a libertarian, I'm going to work on it and try to make it better in the mid-90s, is that this is, in my mind, the way to do it. But anybody who has a different way, we'll find out. We'll find out what's the best way.
Yeah. Yep.
So what was the next one?
Excuse me.
Joe asks, what's one thing you would want to change when you're on the LNC chair, and one thing you'd like to keep?
One thing I'd like to keep is the LNC chair.
One thing to change and one thing to keep.
Well, geez, Pete, there's a lot of things that would change, like run it as a 30,000-foot organization, not having it make the decisions, better communication with everybody. The members are number one. The states are there and close to number one. Communication about what's going on, but you don't dictate what's happening. You dictate what the National Committee would like to see and would like to suggest, and then dictate what the National Committee will do to try to give support activities for states so that the states can help support their counties. One thing that I would like to see is more emphasis on raising money. You have to do that, and libertarians have been, it's not easy. It's actually very, very hard, and sometimes it's very, very painful, but other times it's incredibly rewarding. You have to do that. What would I like to keep the same? I mean, our convention system, although our rules need more adapting based on the growth and the way our political society is right now, but overall, I like having the idea of having delegates from other states actually make the decisions. I have known people who have been involved in the Republican and Democrat conventions, and basically all the decisions are made in the year or two before the convention. And it's just basically people saying, okay, you made the decisions and we accept them. It's more a crowning of the decisions previously made. Occasionally, you have a presidential race that is so close that there is some bargaining in the Republican Democrat conventions, but right now they're just a show, and I find them not very helpful and actually very bad.
Yeah. Yep.
That kind of led into our next question, which I think is kind of a setup for you, Michelle. Michelle asks, I have a question. Many of us has been highly critical of the lack of fundraising in this LNC. Yep. Can you tell us about your fundraising experience?
Oh, sure. I've done it as state chair. I've done it on the national committee. I've done it for a lot of campaigns, asking people to give, etc. I've been involved with fundraising for my fraternity at my college. I get people to give to the college that I graduated from. It just happens to be the best college in the United States, called Wabash College. I had to put that in there because I do a lot of work for them. But and it's a great school in Indiana. But so I have a lot on there. Are there other things that I do too and do a lot of? Yes. But this Libertarian National Committee, to me, they've got to really focus on the fundraising. And you do that by keeping the donors happy, keeping them letting them know what's going on, what you're doing with the money. And sometimes a donor will say, I want this. And if it's my third priority, I'm going to say, we'll do it. And I'll make sure it gets done. Because the third priority may be the one that should be number one. So you have to do that when you're on the Libertarian National Committee, when you're the chair. You have to accept that maybe you don't have all the best ideas, but you have a good idea what are the good ideas. And so you put those into work. But you also have to be able to explain what you're doing, how you're doing, and what the results are. I know in Reno, there are all, and I've seen this in other conventions, just not Reno, but in Reno, there are all these promises of bringing all this money and all this great stuff, et cetera, and it didn't happen. And you have to have it happen. If it doesn't happen, you have to have a change.
Do you want? Do you want?
If you got anything where I can keep going through.
Okay. Yeah. No. That's okay. I like that people are because he's
Yeah.
here and you're here, guys.
Yeah,
so
so
get
tell
some
me.
of your questions answered. Yeah, that's
I
great.
don't know what this is. Joe asks, favor bringing back Frontier Project. I don't know what the Frontier Project is.
The Frontier Project was a project that was basically based in Wyoming, which got a legislator elected and almost got a second one elected, and twice, 2 races very close of the same person. And you can do things like that. But again, it's the experimentation. I'm not going to, that's one way to try to do it. You can try to do that. But I'm more the type that you try to get several states involved in something like that, have strength in electing people, or as Wyoming had, it was small enough where what might be a city council campaign in Indianapolis or Chicago or Philadelphia, and the price of that was a statewide race there. And that's actually doable if you put your mind together. Running multi-million-dollar campaigns, I know Indiana, our governor campaign, I don't recollect the exact amount, but I think it was a little north of 400,000. Well, that's pretty impressive by libertarian standards, but still was not as much as the other 2 candidates, the Democrat and Republican in Indiana in 2020, although we did get second place in 1/3 of the 92 counties. So you can do that, but you go smaller like a Wyoming, et cetera, it's easier to raise the money that you need to be competitive. I mean, I think more libertarians instead of running for Congress, and Congress is important to have good people running, but you want the most active campaigns, in my opinion, and the ones where you can win are the smaller ones, because we're to the point where you can win one. I mean, if you can't raise $1,000 to $5,000 for a campaign right now, then you need to be thinking about doing something else until you can do that, in my opinion. That's not a criticism. That's something that a little bit of experience and meeting people, et cetera, asking family members, et cetera. If everybody's raising $2,500, you should be able to raise $3,000 in that race and be competitive from a monetary standpoint and be heard just the same as the other parties.
No,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you know fundraising.
Just a little bit, not a ton. Just a smidge. Okay, so Lapis wants to know. She got in just a little bit late, but says, please ask, how would you approach the position in the first few months if you were indeed elected to the chair? What are some of the first things that you would like to accomplish?
Well, the first things you do is I've got to call everybody who's been a major donor, whether they quit or not because of 2020 or 2018. I've already asked people to help me do that. We just start calling all of them. And I'm going to be asking everybody in the Libertarian National Committee to help, to find who these people are and get more, because you have to have money. That's the gasoline.
Yeah.
Once you get the car going, then you can do a lot of other things. Messaging for a national party, I think, is important. The national chair, if you do it right, will be on national TV, but you also have to understand that you got to be careful what you do nationally, because it may hurt some state that could be doing really well, but for the national chair throwing it in the gutter. So you've got to be careful how you do it nationally. And you also, the states, one thing the national chair has to do is sometimes point out when the states are hurting. Most states do a fine job. Some of them do it in a way I wouldn't do it, but they're doing an okay or better job, and they're getting better. And some are doing what I think are a pretty excellent job of the messaging. But sometimes the chair has to have the guts to call the state chair and say, you are hurting everybody. Why are you doing this? So messaging is very important too. I think the first thing is to get some priority, but also the staff has gone to almost nothing right now. The chair is acting as executive director. I'm not a big fan of that at all. You have to have the chair is leading the LNC and not running the day-to-day stuff and not doing that type of thing. You've got to get it to that. And I'm proud about the Indiana Public Defender Commission, because we do that. And maybe this is just me puffing, but I don't think so. I think a lot of people in Indiana, when it comes to criminal justice issues, they look at us for the public defender criminal defense side about how things should be done when it comes to running things. Not necessarily what the law should be on criminal law, but the Public Defender Commission, just to make sure people understand, what we do is we get a budget from the state. And if the counties abide by our standards, they get extra money, which makes it easier for them to hire public defenders. Our role isn't going and advocating the legislature what the individual laws should be. We definitely have opinions. There's another group that does that and does it well. But we have worked really hard to make sure that we have one of the lowest overheads of a state group. We're not a state agency, we're a state group. We're kind of unique. But we have people who stay there a long time because we pay them a lot. We have a PhD, we have 2 attorneys. They are pricey, but they stay with us even though they could make more money elsewhere because they're making enough and they believe in what the mission is. And that's what you do. You've got to get a staff that does that. I talk to the head, the chief attorney, once a month, sometimes more, depending on what's going on, especially when the legislature's in session. But I'm not there every day saying what to do. That's his job. If he can't do it, then we'll find somebody else. So far, for several years, he does very nicely. That's what you do. And you promote people like that. You keep them well paid, and they stay, and things get better and better and better.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. Makes sense. Right.
So Danny asks, have you ever run for office? I know you ran for something. It slips my mind.
Yeah, Secretary of State in 2018, which is a very important race in Indiana. That's our ballot access race. We have to get 2% of the vote in order to have automatic ballot access for every position. We only nonpartisan in Indiana is school board. So everything else is and judges. Some judge races, not all, are nonpartisan, but almost everything is partisan in Indiana. And being on the ballot is very valuable. I got the necessary, maybe 3.4% or whatever. That very, very comfortable. That gets us what we want. Most people don't care who the Secretary of State is, who's a voter. That's the hardest part that we have with that race. We got 12.5%. In the governor's race in 2020. And then, like I said, in some counties, we got a third of them second place. So that's an easier one to get that. So we always worry about Secretary of State because it's hard to get people to show up and vote. And it's not done during the governor's race. It will be done in 2026, which is the offices they're up there are not president or governor, the exciting ones. They're the ones that are almost as important, if not more important, but Secretary of State,
the ones that the super voters
who cares?
Yes,
exactly.
I wanted to ask just a couple questions because I also like to get to know a person outside of everything
That's more of our
that
angle.
they do.
Sure.
What was your first job? It can be one that you got paid under the table, and then you can say the one that you got your first paycheck.
No, the first job I had. I mean, shoot, if you call my parents giving me extra allowance for doing stuff, that'd be my first job. But that's really not one at all. The first kind of real job was over the table, and it was as a camp counselor for the Boy Scouts when I was 15 years old.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I did that for 3 years. I was the unusual tennis player at the time. I played all winter and didn't play at all in the summer because I worked as a scout, a camp member. And it was I'm glad I made the decision to do that. It kept me from being on the high school team. Other reasons, I mean, I could have been on, not the top player, but a decent player. I'm glad I made that decision. That was why I first got paid for 3 years, 3 summers.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
So a counselor.
And then I went into teaching tennis. I taught tennis for years.
Okay,
all
now
through college, all through
tennis.
law school. I worked on a master's for a year. So that was about 8 years worth of teaching tennis.
Wow.
In the summer full time. I mean, we were nuts. we would start teaching at 7 and quit at 7 and then go out to the indoor courts that people we know, and we'd play for an hour or two, and then we go out and have a drink or two, and then go home, 3 hours sleep, and start it all over. But
Wow.
you can do that from when you're 18 to 24.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
remember those days.
can.
Yeah, I
Not
kind
anymore.
of skimmed
was
through your
great.
pages, and I was kind of seeing like your interest and stuff. And that's the two things I wrote down that came up a lot was tennis and classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, classic rock is a big thing. I like a lot of it.
So-
Pink Floyd is wonderful.
Okay, yeah. So I marked that and Iron Butterfly. That's where I got the little.
Oh yeah,
musical
Iron
intro.
Butterfly. That's one of the best songs ever created, by the way. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida.
I know. I looked it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
I pulled it down to just get a little clip of it. I'm like a 17-minute song.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was earth changing in how they did it.
It is. It's. You think about that stuff where it sounds just kind of like background music now, but like at the time when it came out, it changed a lot. You know, like everybody makes fun of the Beatles and stuff like that. It's cool to sometimes hate the Beatles, but like when they were first doing that stuff, that wasn't being done. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was 9 or 10 years old, I liked listening to the radio, and they're one of the first major FM stations in Indianapolis with rock. They would play that around midnight every night. It was later that I learned that they could have their bathroom breaks, maybe their phone calls, do some things, because it was 17 minutes.
Yep.
And so it's like, well, this is perfect. Oh, it's a great song. We all like it, but you've got 17 minutes to get things done.
Yeah,
you know?
I gotta hit the bathroom and play Freebird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. Exactly.
Everybody's yelling out bands, Zeppelin, Floyd.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What was it? Yes.
Yes.
Official.
Yes. I see Moody
Moody
Blues
Blues.
there. Yes.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of new stuff that's wonderful too. So I like jazz and rhythms and blues and always have. So that's also part of it.
Good stuff.
Is that what we'd find on your playlist when you're driving around town or doing stuff at home, or do you just listen to nothing
Very
when you're driving?
eclectic.
Okay.
Very
Mhm.
eclectic. I'll listen to the 40s music all the way to hard. I mean, death metal, for lack of a better word,
Oh, yeah.
that's out there. I mean,
Really?
some of it's excellent.
Mhm.
You have to appreciate what it is. Some of it, like any style of music, some's bad, some's mediocre, and some's excellent, and some of it is quite good. So
I think
you
some
just
of
have
this,
to listen to it.
some of this
Yeah,
new
give it a
metal
try.
might be like too technical for me because I have a friend who's like a metalhead, and he'll be like, "Dude, listen to this," and I'm like, I can't groove to it. It's almost like what is that, progressive jazz or whatever, you know? Or what do they call that?
You need
where it's just jazz to impress other jazz musicians, and it's not really for the general
Right.
masses. But yeah,
Right.
some of that metal is like real technical, and yeah.
Oh yes,
Mhm.
but I tend to go to the metal. I always have, and even as a young boy, you know, thinking In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida was neat. Well, that was pretty heavy stuff at the time,
Oh yeah.
and I'm 9 years old. So
Wow. Right.
Yeah. yeah.
I think music is so magical. I really do. And everybody has their things that they like. I'm also eclectic. Like I love pretty much, I mean, anything I listen to, you know, I'm just like,
Getting
not
it.
exactly everything that's out there, but I just like a lot of music because if it speaks to me and it makes me feel good, then I'm going to listen to it again, you know?
Yes.
And so people like this or they like that. And some people put people down for the music that they like. And I think, why do that? Because, you know,
80s music is good, right?
80s music is good. Dang it.
80s music is good. It's just that, I never put anybody down for their musical taste.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's speaking
I had
to
a lot
them.
of training. Yeah.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
had a lot of training in piano, and I competed in junior high and high school in piano.
Oh, wow.
Was quite good at it.
Oh, cool.
Didn't keep it up because it just the other things interested me more. Nothing wrong
Sure.
with it, but it was a great thing to learn about it. And what I learned from it was that I can appreciate some highly technical stuff. And as I was getting out of high school, some of this really weird piano stuff I found fascinating and great. Some people thought it was just noise, but I understood and I heard the music aspect of it. But you just appreciate what everybody likes. I don't care if it's just Mary Had a Little Lamb. If that's what you like, that's great. If it's In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, then
Even
that's
better.
great too. To me, it's better.
Yeah.
But whatever you like, if you enjoy it, that's that's great.
That's what's important. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So tennis, how did that
Yes.
start for you? And are you still like actively playing like every
Yes.
day, or do you just like go out
Yeah.
every once in a while?
I'm a racket sports person.
Okay.
I don't do as much squash, although a friend of mine,
Okay.
we both belong to a club that has squash courts. I belong to another club that has clay courts. I play that spring, summer, fall.
Mhm.
They also have platform tennis courts, which is basically if you see what looks like tennis courts on a raised platform about a third the size of a tennis court, lined the same way, nets look the same with chicken wire around it. That's platform tennis, and it's a winter sport.
I've never heard of
Wonderful
it.
winter sport.
Wow.
Look up platform tennis.
Platform
You can
tennis.
find
Yeah, write
lots of
that down.
videos.
Okay.
Yeah, platform tennis. I play that. There are some. It's basically tennis to keep your tennis skills up, but the way you play it, how you hit a lot of overheads, hit a lot of lobs.
Yeah.
The chicken wire, if it hits in the court and then hits the chicken wire, it's still in play. It's just a little different sport, but it's wonderful. I don't play pickle because I have enough racket sports I do
Mhm.
play, but I find it fascinating. It's something that if I can't play tennis, but I can play pickle, I will, because I like the racket sports. I've been doing that since I was my mother took my sister and I out. She was like 6, I was like 8.
Wow.
Back in that tennis,
Mhm.
really starting to hit big in the mid
Yeah.
67, 68. And I liked it and have kept up with it ever since and still play it all the time.
I remember
that's so
my
great.
my dad got us tennis rackets when we were little and went out to the court. And I think we smacked the ball out of the court like 3 or 4 times, and we were like, okay, I don't understand how you guys keep it in the court, because it's like I feel like you tap it and it's just gone. And then I watch these professional players just screaming, and it's like, how do you control it like that?
Well, you hit my complaint about tennis, and that is it's hard to learn. You can do it if you have some skill naturally, maybe 6 or 7 times out of there, but most people quit by then.
Yeah.
Pickleball, you can actually, it's like badminton. I
Yeah.
know somebody
We
who
like
played on
badminton.
the Olympic team. I know somebody played badminton on the Olympic team. That's a death killer sport.
Wow.
I've got to tell you, that's worse than football. The way they hit that, how hard they hit it, their aggressiveness is incredible. But for all of us who just like to
Wow.
back and forth and have a beer or something,
Yeah.
or wine, it's a great sport. Pickleball is the same way. You can play it just like that and be hitting it back and forth.
Yeah.
10 minutes after you start it. If you want to get really good and hit it hard and all types of strategy, etc., you can do that. But that takes a lot more time, or you already have the skills through having learned tennis or another racket sport before that.
I feel like pickleball just became like this. Has it been around long? I feel like
I'm not even sure what that one is.
I'm just
I don't
seeing
know.
all this stuff about it in the last like couple years. And I
It's
don't
really
know.
it's been around for a while. I don't know
Oh,
how
has
long.
it? Okay.
Yeah, but it's really just picked up in the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
In
All
my
right.
opinion.
Yeah.
But I saw it starting about 10 years ago, and I kept saying, this is good. This will actually help tennis, in my opinion, because once you learn pickleball, then tennis is easier.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe I could try.
Okay.
I'm willing to. But I like games. I like
Oh,
board
yeah.
games. I like playing games. I do. We have badminton.
Yeah, we
and
keep it in
the
the trunk in the
kids-
summer.
Yeah, the kids.
And we don't even use a
Yeah.
net. We'll just go in the front yard and
Mhm.
knock it back and forth.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
when it gets dark, we
It's
got the
just
LED
fun.
birdies.
Yeah.
Don't keep
Oh, it
score.
is.
Yeah, just practice
Right,
volume.
it is. It is. But look at the Olympic videos on Olympic players, and
Okay.
it is incredible
We
how
have things to
hard,
Google
how
here.
technical.
Yeah.
It is an incredible sport, and those people are incredible athletes.
I'm
Who
gonna
play
look up some badminton injuries.
Yeah.
There
Badminton
probably are.
Olympics.
Uh-huh.
I was just watching Olympic
Hey, Ryan.
things with my kiddos today. We homeschool and we're studying
Yes,
ancient
good.
Greece. And I was like, so we got to the Olympics part and we talked about what it was like back then. And so I said, well, let's look at modern day
nudity.
Olympics. And yeah, back in ancient Greece, they didn't wear clothes when they played the Olympics.
That's right.
I did
They
not even know that.
Yeah.
So we watched some modern day, some of the highlights over the last, say 50 years or so. And I'm getting them pumped up for.
That's
I
this
get
year,
excited.
right?
I love the Olympics. It's just so much fun to watch. Like these people have dedicated their lives, to doing this
Yes.
and to watch them. And I mean, I'm getting like teary watching some of the videos because they got the gold, or the one guy who's running and he tore a hamstring and then his dad came out and walked him to the finish line and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like
Oh, wait, where am I typing that?
put everything in for this moment, and that happened to him. But the kids, they loved it, and talk about goals and, staying focused and things too. So it all kind of intertwines. But yeah, I was shocked when I learned about ancient Greece. And
Did COVID mess up the Winter Olympics?
I think it messed up the Summer Olympics.
That was 4 years ago.
Because then they did it in like 2021, I think. So.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that. They were talking about like canceling or something. Like the people work their
Don't
whole lives to
cancel
do
the
this,
Olympics, yeah.
and then they have this very small period where they're competitive.
Very small.
And then if you take that away, that's it. All that was for nothing.
And yes, don't get me started on COVID. I spent a lot of time in Indiana representing people fighting what happened.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure.
I swear I still have PTSD from that. Like I'll walk out of an office at work and feel weird that I'm not wearing a mask and just rage for like the next 20 minutes in my head for what they did to me.
Yeah. It was a really weird time. And I'm sure, like you said, you saw a lot of what was happening to people, as far as their livelihoods and stuff, being taken away from them, with the government closures and everything. So I'm going to ask you, because unless you want to talk about COVID,
I can.
We can move on from
important.
it. It's fine.
Yes.
Dingus Day.
Yes.
Now, about Dingus Day. I don't know a
very
lot
much
about
so.
Dingus Day, but our friends live up in Buffalo, and they're all about the Dingus Day. And
Yeah, Dingus Day is big in South Bend, Indiana.
Okay.
Is it?
It's becoming bigger in Indianapolis. There's a club I belong to called the Antelope Club,
Yes.
which actually my law firm sponsors the Dingus Day celebrations.
Oh, wow.
It's where you have pierogies and
Mhm.
you have these drinks that are popular in the Czechoslovakia, Poland area, which I'm not that much of a fan of, but other people are, so that's great.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun time to get together. It was a ceremony out there where young men and young women got together, and I believe the women would take willow whips or something like that and whip the guys, and it was one of those things. Just whatever. It was a ritual that they did about the incoming spring, but it's just a fun thing. It's a huge political event in South Bend, Indiana, and has been for a long time. But South Bend had Studebaker and lots of bars and lots of politics, and it started up there because they had a huge Polish Eastern European population that went there to work at Studebaker.
Yep. So the pierogies.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of pierogi?
Oh, I like pierogies. There's many different ways you can do it. I love pierogies.
Oh yeah, yep. We do actually. Sometimes I'll do like a cooking segment on this show. Like, I'll take the camera upstairs and I'll make something. And I made the pierogies one time, and I'm like, this can't be that hard. And I will. Yeah, He
was like, oh my gosh.
Mrs. T's can keep that racket. I'll buy a box. That was frustrating.
I used to watch my grandma make pierogies for, our huge family several times a year. And I don't know how she did it. I wished I would have paid more attention when I was younger to her doing that. But oh my gosh, yeah, they are so
homemade is good. Even the bad ones I made were still really good.
They were delicious, Dave. They were absolutely delicious.
Yes.
So our friend Celeste here in the chat, she goes by Volunteer B there. She is our pierogi.
Yeah.
And anything really
Slavic.
Expert.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
But we also have Raja from India in the chat, and he asks how you feel about curry.
Oh, yeah. Do you like curry?
How do I feel about curry? Yeah, I like Indian food, at least the way they do it in the United States and the way they do it in Scotland and England. That's where I've had most of I've had it in all three of those places, and some places are better than others, and some are just downright excellent.
Mm-hmm.
See, I want to try it. We have an Indian place like 3 blocks away.
I know. I'm so nervous because I've never had it.
I think I had some at the grocery store like food. I don't think that's the same.
Indian food's great. You should try it. But if you don't like one place, try another. Thai is the same thing. It's got some of the same basic principles. All the difference, and Thai tends to be a lot hotter and spicier.
I
like that
Thai.
too. They do like Indian, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we don't venture too much in Thai.
I don't. Yeah, I have one thing that I like, and so I stick to it.
Just the pad Thai.
That's good.
The Indian place that the restaurant down here, they have a buffet. So I think that would be good for me to go to because then I can kind of pick and choose things and get a little taste for everything. I don't know.
But they're not as spicy, the buffets.
Okay.
So
That's
I like
fine.
spicy.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
buffet is a good way to learn if something might be good. If you like it in the buffet, but you like spice, then
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
tells you probably have found a new
Oh,
thing to
yeah.
try.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm an adventure eater. You know,
He
it's like
is. He
Oh, good,
is.
good.
did that one
good.
chip challenge before. That was stupid hot.
Yeah. He likes hot. Yeah. I'm like
You like
Mike's.
hot. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what is it? The Frank's. I was saying Mike's Frank's hot sauce is hot enough for me.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm a wuss kind of like that. So you had mentioned traveling to, did you say England and Scotland areas? Where
I've
else
been
have
to
you
England
been?
and Scotland. I've been to France. I've been to
Ooh.
Italy
Wow.
and Canada, Mexico. I mean, those are
Yes.
close by. So yeah.
Is there anywhere
So
that
that
you
probably.
haven't gone yet that you want to go to?
Oh, there's lots of places. There's
Yeah.
only so much time to do things.
Oh
True.
yeah.
I've always found I've always wanted to go to Greece because of
Okay.
its ancient Greece
Oh
history.
yeah, that'd be
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
I had three fraternity brothers, I believe, who were actually natives of Greece and came to Indiana for college. And so I was very fascinated with what their culture is. One of them I still keep in
Mhm.
contact with. He's a businessman near Athens.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so I look forward to going there sometime. I'd like to go to Spain as well.
Mhm.
But, Budapest, I know people, I actually know Americans who own property there, and they say it's wonderful.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I've been to Germany. I forgot about that. Yeah, I've been to Germany. So
That'd be cool. Yeah.
there's just a lot of areas like that. Oh, Switzerland, Sweden,
Mhm.
Finland, Norway, all that area.
Yeah.
My parents did a lot of traveling in Asia. My dad was in the army during the end of the Korean War. I mean, he got in there right after the armistice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he really liked Southeastern Asia because he had been to a lot of it when he was a young man.
Mhm.
And part of me would like to go and see that too.
Sure, absolutely. I don't know if you guys talked about how long for this interview. I wasn't
Oh
sure.
yeah. We didn't
I
say
don't want
anything.
to like keep you if you have to go, but if you don't, I have,
Whatever you would like. I mean, a little
Okay.
bit longer is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't keep you too long.
If it's working.
Oh,
It
it's
is.
great,
Oh, it
yeah.
is. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
All right. So, what about in America, visiting around here? Have you been to a lot of different places? And is there somewhere
Yes.
you want to go back, or you haven't been that you would like to go to?
There are just a few states I have not been at. For some weird reason, I've flown over New Mexico but never been in there.
Oh, okay.
Makes
That's
sense.
about one of the only states on the
Mhm.
west part of the United States I haven't been at.
Mhm.
I haven't been to Vermont or New Hampshire, even though I've been really close to New
Oh.
Hampshire.
So beautiful.
I've been in Western Mass
Mm-hmm.
and not Maine. Those are areas I'd like to go to. Never been to Hawaii or Alaska. Alaska, I know lots of people who like it. Hawaii just seems like something you should really do. It's a unique place
Oh yeah.
from everything I read and hear about. But I've been to every other state, and most of them lots of times for lots
Really?
of reasons.
Yeah.
I like Indiana the best to live in. Indiana has a culture that's very friendly but very political,
Okay.
and I'm good at it. And political means you've got to, watch yourself sometimes.
Mhm.
We like to say around here, we started learning how to do politics since kindergarten, and there's not a lie to that at all.
Ugh.
We
Oh my
did,
gosh.
but we are very friendly and we're very
Mhm.
helpful to each other, and we're
That's
not looking
nice.
to hurt people. We're
Mhm.
looking to do what we think is the best way to do things. That's the
Mhm.
best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
Um, I'll be in some other states, and it's just everybody in Indiana will say hi to everybody. You just walk on
Mhm.
the street and go, hi, hello, hello. I mean, and you do that in New York City, and they're looking at you like,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
are
yeah.
you crazy?
Mhm.
So I've been to New York City enough. I learned quickly, you just don't do that. That's
Mhm.
just, that's being weird, not
Do I
being
know you?
nice. It's just,
Right.
do
Yeah.
I know you?
Yeah.
And that's nothing against New York City
Or
at
worse,
all.
do you know me?
Or do you know me? Exactly. It's just the way they do things, and
Mhm.
New York's actually a great place, and New York
Mhm.
City's wonderful. But you just have to do what what are the ways people like to do things, and I have
Mhm.
no problems with that. And the Libertarian Party nationally, it seems to be has been and really is a lot of bad things being said about to people, about each other, etc.
Yep.
And that's just not necessary. Indiana, we have our disagreements, but at our conventions, we're not yelling at each other.
Yeah.
We're just saying, well, this is my point.
Mhm.
And then we have dinner together and a couple of drinks, and we're having a great time at the table,
so
even
nice.
though our positions are different on how the state party should be run.
Yep.
But they're all good positions. It's just which one's the best. We realize that, I think. That's why
I like that.
that's what you need. That's what you need.
I like that so much, where it's not an attack on. I feel that a lot of the folks feel that they're being personally attacked because someone else's idea is different than theirs, and then the responses are more reactionary, you know. And the way it is now, it's just people are so nasty sometimes, and we don't have to do that.
And if voters seeing you being nasty to each other, they're not going to vote for you because they don't like you.
Yeah.
I mean, politics, one theory of politics that I've seen work, and it has worked, but I think it's losing its effectiveness, is scare the voters so that they don't vote for the other side.
Oh, yeah.
But I also think very effective is get the voters to like you and trust you, and they'll vote for you.
Right.
That's been lost a lot. And I'm beginning to see some literature out there in the political world where maybe there's a change coming, and maybe we're going to get back to that. Or we've been the Libertarian Party in some ways is mimicking what the rest of the nation is doing in politics, and it's pretty nasty.
Yeah. Well, I hope everybody can, come back together and, be nice. I like the sound of Indiana.
Yeah, and there's other states I could mention that I think are doing a good job out there, and and there are states there that I may not agree with what they're doing, but they're friendly and they're doing it. But there are other states where it's just like, why can't they get along?
Yeah,
they're really closer together than they will admit.
Yes. Yep. Lapis says, come visit. It's just warming up for the summer here. We're just getting some nice weather.
Craig in Hawaii says you should visit him in Hawaii.
Craig's from Hawaii here. He says, come visit us in Hawaii anytime.
Yes. It's what I hear. It's warm most of the time.
Okay. It kind of
Unless you get on the
terrifies
top of the one mountain. Yes.
It kind of terrifies me being in an island just in the middle of the ocean like that. Like, it's really far away from mainland.
It is really far away.
It
from
is.
Everything. Yeah. I think I could visit, but not live
Look at some
there.
kind of claustrophobia.
Yeah.
I had a former lawyer I practiced with. He retired to Hawaii. He loved it.
Oh, really?
He loved it. It was
I
the
bet
best thing
it's
he ever
magical.
did. Yeah.
We had friends who just went there to visit, and I think it was in February or so. And of course they're sending pictures. I said, please, I'm living vicariously through you. Please send me pictures. Tell me the temperature and everything, And, but they had a really great time. But they said too, there's the touristy part of Hawaii, but people actually live there,
Yes,
that's
they
not
do.
the touristy part, and the taxes are incredibly high.
Yes.
And people are living in very run down, not real great spaces, because that's that they can afford. I mean, realty there is a lot. So if you have a tiny little square, you're going to keep it and also pay a bunch of taxes.
Right. I mean, my friend who lived there after he retired, he had money. That makes a big difference out there.
It sure does. It sure does. I think that's why we could visit, but I don't know that I would. But it never even crossed. I never thought of that until
there's locals.
Yeah, they went to the hotel resort part, and then they went the following several days to go stay at an Airbnb in a home, kind of live locally, and the grocery store. She was sending me pictures of what it costs for certain things there. I'm like, oh, there's that $10 loaf of bread,
Right.
Yeah, it was. But a great place to visit. I'm glad that you love where you live, Indiana.
Yes.
I love that so much. I like where I live too.
Yeah.
I like my little city that we live in, and it's a good
We're in Pennsylvania, so we get winter.
Right.
We get winter.
We get winter. Yeah, we're in northern Pennsylvania, so that we get the
Oh, you do get winter. Yes, you do.
Big winter.
Yeah.
We compete with Buffalo.
Pretty rough. Yeah. Don't love the winter, but I do love the place.
But for example, I live in a suburb of Indianapolis called Carmel. I work just hardly a couple miles from here in Indianapolis. I'm right on the border, northern border. But Indianapolis is a wonderful city. It's a lot larger than people, I think, realize. People are beginning to understand that it's a major city. And we have a major airport, and I can fly anywhere that I want to.
That's
it's really
great.
easy.
That is I visited Indianapolis once. I was in the band. I'm a band nerd.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. We've
And
got
we
some
got
band
to-
competitions here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I got to
Yeah.
march.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
On
we
the
found
field,
a video.
where
There's a video of it.
Oh, well, there's a video of it.
YouTube.
Where the Indianapolis Colts play.
Mhm.
Many years ago, but it was, yeah, I remember driving there and being like, whoa, it's a big city. You know?
Yes.
And that you guys had Papa John's before we had Papa John's pizza, and all my friends were like, "Oh, Papa John." You know, I'm like, "What is this? What are you talking about?" And
Was it bad then
that
too?
was
Oh,
not my favorite chain, but
I actually like Papa John's, but I
Do
understand
you?
that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way pizza is. Everybody has their own different
is. And that's it.
Yeah.
Same with music. And why do people have to make
Yes.
fun of people?
Uh-huh.
With it's like, if you like a certain one, that good.
Yeah.
Now, someone
Yeah.
asked earlier, and this sparks debate sometimes. Do you like pineapple on pizza? No,
Okay.
never.
I like pineapple. I like pizza. I don't like it together.
Never together. All right.
Never together.
Hawaiian.
I
See,
will
people always
eat it.
phrase it wrong.
I like
They
it.
say, "Does pineapple belong on pizza?" No, it doesn't belong on pizza, but you can put a lot of different things on pizza.
Mhm. Yeah.
It can go.
I enjoy it. Not all the time. Sometimes. It's like a treat, like a different kind of pizza. What are your favorite
but
pizza toppings?
Oh my gosh, I'm pepperoni and sausage.
Oh, yeah. Sausage is good. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I like I
those
I
are. I mean,
like pepperoni
that's
too.
what it used to be all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of different experimenting that was out there at the time. The
Mhm.
experimenting's good. There's other types of pizzas out there that I do like, but yeah, I always go back to pepperoni and sausage and growing up when
Yeah.
pizza started becoming bigger in the United States.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Was there a favorite local place that you guys would get pizza from, or
Oh yeah, Pizza Hut when Pizza Hut was expanding in the
Pizza Hut, I'm
60s. And
telling
they hit
you.
Indiana. They hit Indiana pretty quickly
oh my
when they
gosh,
started expanding. And
such good memories at
so
Pizza Hut.
the Pizza Huts were fantastic.
Mhm. They need to bring it all back the way it was.
It was magical back in the
redo
bucket
Pizza Hut.
days.
Make it
Dad
what
could
it
get a
was.
beer.
Oh my gosh.
You get
I-
your
Yeah.
own little
Uh-huh.
personal pan
Personal pan
pizza,
pizzas or
jukebox
big
is
ones.
playing, big red plastic
Pac-Man
cup.
machine. Yeah. Oh my
But then
gosh. So many
There was
memories.
a chain. I'm sorry. There was a chain called Pasquale's that was wonderful too. That came right after
Oh,
Pizza Hut.
okay.
Pasquale's were wonderful. They were all over Indiana and other states. I'm not sure which ones.
I don't think we had that. But the Pizza Hut was it was where
Yeah,
you went
Pizza Hut
to.
did. Yeah, Pizza Hut became big all over the place. Yeah.
It sure did. Oh my gosh. And the buffets, Elizabeth said the buffets.
Yes.
I miss the buffet. Bring back Pizza Hut buffet.
Yes. Yeah. There is a place in a suburb of Indianapolis that still has a buffet, one of the last ones. And before my
Oh.
parents died, they would go there once a month because
Oh.
they'd been going to Pizza Hut buffets for 50,
Yeah.
60
Yeah.
years. Seriously.
Oh. I love and the Pizza Hut sit down restaurants. Coneth is over on the West Coast, so yeah. But oh my gosh, yeah, the buffet. I feel like they got rid of ours a long time, even before COVID. They were just like,
There's a
They
lot
did.
of competition
They
around
did.
here too. We got a
Mhm.
Yeah.
lot of different pizza places.
and that just makes me sad. Maybe I'll start writing letters. Bring it back. Oh, well, I'll just ask you a couple more things and we'll wrap
Sure.
up if that's okay with you. Netflix, Hulu, all the streaming places that you can watch shows or movies. Is there anything that you're currently into or that you just sat down and said, I can't stop watching this?
Or do you watch shows at all? Because I know a lot
I
of people
do
we
watch
have on
shows.
really busy.
I do. Amazon, Netflix, whatever. We're looking for specific shows, and right now, Peaky Blinders is an excellent series.
Okay, I have that
and
on
I
my
highly
list to watch.
I highly recommend that. All the actors are fantastic writing. It's just very, very well done.
Yeah.
Just finished watching The Gentleman, which is an 8-episode series. It's not the tightest written show, but boy,
Mhm.
is it fun and good. And the dark humor is actually funny. I mean,
Yeah.
it's dark, but there's a fun aspect to it. It's really hard to describe. That takes good
that's on my
writing by
list
people
too.
who know how to do that. So I
Yes.
recommend The Gentleman.
Yeah.
And the whole story of it is quite entertaining.
Mhm.
But those are two that right now we just finished Gentleman tonight, and Peaky Blinders we're doing, and Baby Reindeer.
haven't
which is
heard of that one.
about a comedian, and it's actually based. And the comedian who plays the comedian is the comedian's story, although there's changes to make it fit a 8 or 9 episode series.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down.
About a stalker, and it turns out
Ooh.
she's a dangerous stalker.
Oh, writing
Yeah.
this down. Which
And
one is that
it's-
on?
I think it's Netflix, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll check. Yeah, I can
I
check
just turn it on and
that. Yep. Oh,
get a couple and figure it out.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna put that
Yeah.
on my list too.
Did you watch Breaking Bad? We gotta.
Raja wants to know.
Breaking Bad.
Mhm.
The first season, I almost quit watching it because I didn't think it was that strong. But after that, it became powerfully strong. It is really an incredible series. The first season, once you know more, I've watched it again, and it's okay. I think they just had to get into it and get going, and they did it, and it turned out into a fantastic show. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, the first couple of episodes I watched, it stressed me out, and I'm like, I don't need this in my life. And so you kept watching it.
I kept watching it. I couldn't stop watching it. So I got
like
to
having the
about
guy.
season
I'm like, I
4.
can't handle this. What is he gonna do with this guy in his basement?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I got to season 4 and I said, Dave, please reconsider. We'll start over. I'll watch it all with you. Please. Like, I need someone to watch this with me and talk to me about it. You know, it's so good. So he did.
But,
he was like, fine. And then he loved it.
Oh, yeah.
But this explains about how there's lots of things you like. And one of the things that I should be not admit to this, but I've always liked Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, my God.
Which is it is the funniest, most
It's
awfulest,
fascinating.
despicable,
It's
fascinating.
Yeah.
It is just like, and I've known people like that who
Yep.
were just bad people who somehow survived.
I was on this.
I love it.
I got moved to third
Yes.
shift, so I would go upstairs to go to sleep, and everybody's still awake, and I had blackout curtains, and I'd maybe take a snack up there, and I'd watch Trailer Park Boys and go to bed for work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just fascinated by it because I'm like, this exists somewhere.
Mhm.
This
is
this
real.
this is a real life situation somewhere in America, in Canada, where you have this hierarchy of degenerates in this community. Just
Because of what I've done as an attorney and in politics, etc., I know where some of those areas are, and a couple of them are about 2 miles from me. Okay, in Indianapolis, it's just an area and a type of people, and somehow they make it through.
Yeah.
They're not the worst people in the world, but they're not very good either.
misguided.
Yeah.
They're misguided. Yes.
like,
And
that's where I left that gun. Bang! Oh, it's still loaded.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm like laughing so hard. That's so great.
Was it every
I love
end
that
of every
so
season?
much.
The one dude would go to jail, and then next season he'd come back.
Oh goodness.
And do it all over.
Yes.
All over
exactly.
again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All over again. They would start all over after
How many
time in
seasons
jail.
did
Yeah.
they do? Yeah.
I don't know if they're still doing it. I kind of fell off.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
goodness.
think they're still doing it, but they do specials.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they do perform. They go around and perform
That's
live
right.
shows.
I
Yeah.
saw something with bubbles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. I'm so glad you brought that up. That's so funny.
Okay, but there's just it's. I don't know why I admitted it, but I did.
It's like a guilty
fine.
pleasure.
It's fun. It's a good show. It's a
Pleasure.
guilty pleasure.
Absolutely.
You can't have just everything be serious. You have to
No,
have
yeah.
things where you go.
That's right.
That's
Life
funny.
is serious enough.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm mostly horror, then comedy, and then everything else is a small section.
Yeah, I like comedy. I also like some good like action,
Oh, yeah.
suspense action movies.
Oh, yeah.
I like to see
Yeah.
some.
But
of that.
I'm not a big fan of watching TV, going to movies, but I do
Mm-hmm.
it. I probably go to more live stuff, jazz bands,
yeah.
rock
Yeah.
bands,
Yep.
musical plays, etc.
What so like what kind of big concerts have you gone to?
Well, it depends on what you think big is. I mean, my
Okay.
favorite one a couple summers ago. I'm not a Rod Stewart fan.
Oh, yeah.
My partner, she is.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
But Cheap Trick, who I grew up with.
Oh yeah.
And I discovered before they became famous
Oh
because
my
I'm
gosh.
Indiana. They were coming to all through Illinois, Indiana, trying to get and break it big. So we knew about them here, and I like Cheap Trick. They did a fantastic job, and Rod Stewart was pretty good. I liked him too.
Oh, you enjoyed it then?
He wasn't too. Yeah, for I don't know how old he was, 78, 79, but he was pretty good for that age. Really good.
Yeah. Those big names usually put on a good show. A lot of production.
They do.
values,
They're
so
entertainers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I describe them as entertainers. They just know how to entertain people and keep people
like
happy.
even the people that people hate, the pop stars today, they put on a good show.
They do put on a good show.
And if you go to it, you will probably have fun,
have a
even
good
if you
time.
don't like the music.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. So we're going to see the musical about Tina Turner Sunday night.
Oh,
yeah,
how
it's
nice.
about her life and everything. Well, I don't know whether I would have gone to it because Tina Turner was fine in my book. Her stuff was fine. Some of it I liked, but it will be fun, and we'll go to it. And it's often you look at it and you go, "Gosh, I did learn something from it, or I was entertained, or something."
Yeah.
So it's fun to do some of this stuff. And my partner, she and I, we go to these things all the time. We'll pick 8 or 9 at the beginning of a season. Just some of them we'll just pick because I don't know what this is. Well, let's see what it is.
Yeah.
And sometimes those are your favorite ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. And being so close to the big city and stuff, I'm sure you guys have a lot of options to go for like local music as far as, you know, maybe just like a little small place to sit and listen to live music, or maybe bigger venues and things.
Yes, we do. We have several big concert venues, and we have several small places where you've got 30 people in there and you're crowded, and you could hear just incredible jazz, incredible music. You'll have symphony orchestra players who like other things. There's this one jazz club, very tiny, very narrow, maybe 50 people. And sometimes when they have they'll have a couple of those musicians show up with a jazz band. And it's like, these are incredible musicians. They're not playing classical, they're playing jazz. And it's like, dang, these are good players. They can do anything.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, that sounds so great. Oh, I love that
I wanted
kind of
to ask, you ever listen to Primus?
Oh yeah, Primus is a wonderful band. It's great.
Because think of like technical and things that sound like, I remember hearing it as a teenager, like I was job shadowing for these electricians.
Yeah.
And one guy would bring in Primus, and I'm like, what is this noise? And it's like, the more I listen to it, I'm like, that is
amazing.
Primus is big fans of Rush. And, they came to Indianapolis 2 summers ago, and they played, I think, 2112, the album, in full as part of their program.
Wow.
And I wasn't there. I would have gone if I didn't have conflicts. But people said it was just fantastic. It was like, they're good at this. I mean, but then they're good musicians. They play what they want to play, what they have said they will play. They do it.
Yeah. You were the one who introduced me to. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Or it may have been Farewell to Kings. I forget. It was one of the earlier albums, but they played one of the earlier albums because they grew up with it and loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do the South Park opening.
They do the South Park.
Right. Yeah. Our friend Carl, who he works weird hours. He lives on the West Coast also.
He popped in. Yeah,
he popped in if he's still here. But he helped. He was driving and helping install some stuff in the vineyard for Les Claypool's vineyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to meet him.
And he got to meet him, and then Carl sent us a bottle of the champagne and
the wine.
and the wine.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It was really nice. But yeah. Oh my gosh. See, yeah, music is amazing. Primus and Rush both did South Park?
No, they did a live show together.
Oh, the live show.
The South Park
okay.
concert.
Okay.
They've performed together. Rush knows Primus likes them and vice versa.
Yeah.
They appreciate each other.
Oh wait,
That's
so do
nice.
you know who Buckethead is?
Oh yeah, Buckethead's wonderful.
Buckethead.
Great
Yeah.
guitarist.
Yes, I'm
Of
like,
course
how does
I
he
know
do that?
Buckethead.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see how deep it
Like,
goes.
how does he do that?
Yeah.
I always bring that
Yeah.
up, where him and Les Claypool were playing together, and it's like, it's just insane. He can't even see what he's doing, and it's just.
He's just an incredible guitarist.
Yeah.
There's Carl.
A child prodigy, and he kept going. And either he's shy. I hear he's shy. I don't know why, but putting on a bucket that looks
KFC
like a KFC bucket,
Mhm.
it's just a fantastic tool.
Yeah.
Yep. And we saw some kid doing
he was Buckethead for Halloween.
He was Buckethead for Halloween. I'm like, oh my
neat.
gosh,
I'm like,
that's so
and he's like,
rad.
you're the only one that knew who I was.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're the only ones who do
Right.
that. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But good on that kid for going what he wanted to be. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure Dad had some influence on that, but
maybe
we have influenced our kids. They're homeschooled, so he's like loves Beastie Boys. He also loved our oldest son. He's 14.
But yeah, about to be 15.
About to be 15, but he's way into like the crooners, like the Rat Pack and all of them.
Oh,
like
gosh.
We'll do karaoke sometimes here, and he'll sing that stuff.
He's singing some Frank Sinatra.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Oh, good. Hey, Frank
love
Sinatra is
it.
wonderful. I love Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much good stuff out there, and it doesn't have you shouldn't just pigeonhole yourself in one thing.
Oh yeah,
right.
There's wonderful stuff out there.
So many things, and you're one of the wonderful people out there, Mark. I'm so grateful that you were here to talk with us tonight.
Yeah,
yeah.
Nice talking with you. Thank you.
What can people do to like help support and get the word out? I mean, you got a few more weeks.
Page.
Dave will put up some links. Is there anything else that you want to say? Plug? Go ahead.
Yeah, go to my website. Go to my Facebook page.
And which website?
Listen to what. The website is Rutherford, Rutherford for Chair LNC. We had to screw it around to get it at nationbuilder.com. And if that's incorrect, it's Rutherford for Chair LNC nationbuilder.com. And then the Facebook, just put Rutherford for Chair in the search and it'll pop right up.
Yeah, I got that one.
Okay. Oh, the Facebook link is there. I mean, I'm sure the other link will be on the Facebook page. Probably.
Yeah.
Yep. Got
the
it.
Website's on the link. Nation Builder has a weird thing on it, and
does it?
In my opinion, you have to put Nation Builder in it. I guess you do. I mean,
thanks, Elizabeth.
I delegate things.
Yeah.
So, good. I'm glad you got a call. Just when my campaign manager's been calling people.
Oh.
Other people are putting it together. That's what I believe in.
Oh yeah.
Just see if they do it. Some do great. Some do okay. Some don't do great, and you replace them. Nothing wrong with that. And that's the way it should be done. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't do it all. People will ask me all these questions. I'll go, you have to talk to somebody else. I wish I could give you the answer, but I'm a little busy talking to people and doing other things right now. Not an excuse. It's just we only have so much time every day.
It is so important. And when people overfill their plate because they feel they either have to or they don't want to delegate to other people,
right,
then they're not being the best leader that they can be, because you should find other people to do that, and that in an effective, efficient way so that you can do your job without having to do other people's jobs. So makes sense.
Right. That's right. But
I like it.
The best people to listen to are the people who like me, talk positively about me, and they do it on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Telegram, et cetera.
So many platforms.
A lot of people. There's so many platforms. It's really difficult right now because they're just so scattered.
It is.
But see what other people are saying and decide whether they're making sense or not. Those are your best advocates for me. That's
great. I'm so glad you took the time to come and hang out with us.
Well, good. I'm glad to hang out with you. This has been fun. Sorry.
This was really fun.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you come back and visit when you become the chair.
I would be
Let
glad
us know
to do
how
so.
Remember
it's
us.
I will remember you.
Remember
I will
us,
remember
little
you.
people.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Have a great night.
You both of you do too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So we got links in the chat for everybody. Thank you for the links, Elizabeth and Lapis, and for coming in and hanging out with us too while we were interviewing Mark. What a fun time. Oh my goodness. Yep. I had a really nice time.
Yeah.
Oh, Celeste is just saying it looks like now
I
Dave
gotta
has to
figure out
Google.
who that is.
Yes. That was fun. And oh my, I did not expect him to say Trailer Park Boys. And I love that. I love it so
No, it's a fascinating show.
much. It really is. It really, really is. But I like the way he was talking about, like finding people to do the job that's supposed
delegating,
to be done, and
that's why I said that's that John C. Maxwell stuff. You build leaders.
Yeah, that is
Try to
super
replace
duper
yourself.
key. Yeah,
so
exactly.
You can move up.
It was a fun interview. Thanks for being here, Keith. Yeah, yes. Elizabeth, thanks for being here. We had a really great time. We're gonna just hang for maybe like another 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, we'll chill out and talk with you guys.
Yeah. It's sorry you missed it all. That's okay. You can watch it back on YouTube probably.
YouTube, Facebook.
Maybe
Well,
Facebook.
Facebook's usually blocks ours
Yeah,
because
they
of our
try to-
intro
yeah.
has like a universal thing.
Oh, that's great, Sherry. Yeah. Because who needs that, and someone's hovering over you and telling you, and it's like, do you trust me to do my job? Obviously you don't. And that's taking time out of their day, to go micromanage other people. So we call him the Godfather in Indiana because he's very good at getting people in the right positions. All right. I think we're gonna be bonking here that. Okay, we're good. All right.
We're pointing right at each other.
I know our chairs always want to like bonk, So.
Bonk.
Oh, I don't have a drink counter. I'm being good, so no drink counters.
Oh yeah, we haven't had a drink counter in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Is it still?
I don't know. It might still be. It probably isn't a button though, because you know why? The computer.
There's a button, but it doesn't
crashed.
do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we crashed a hard drive, so I had to
Yeah.
rebuild the show.
That was a sad month. Really, Dave? Oh boy.
Oh wait, they're right. I see them right here.
Are they there still?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
They're at 0.
I've had one beer
Those count?
and a 3/4
working?
of a shot. So
Oh no, they're not
I'm
linked
not
up
even
to the
really
files.
up to 2 drinks yet. So, but I'm gonna be good because tomorrow is
Big day tomorrow.
Saturday.
I actually get to work a Saturday.
You get to
I
work
haven't
a
had
Saturday.
weekend in months. In
I
a
don't
month.
know what I'm gonna do. I have so much stuff to do.
Yeah, we're trying to tighten up or finish up the homeschool year
Mhm.
with this city.
Yeah, wrapping it up. Where we live, we have to do a portfolio, have an evaluator, look through the portfolio, talk to the kids, make sure that we're teaching them that they're learning. No DC for us, at least.
Going to DC. Ew.
Um,
No, we should. We should take
go
the
to
kids.
DC. I want to take the kids down there. So we
belly
have a
of the
lot going
beast.
on there.
We are going to Tennessee, and we're going to go see what is that the Coliseum or whatever there.
The Parthenon.
The Parthenon.
Yeah.
So that's the
It's
closest we'll
just
probably
on
ever get to Greece.
the outside. It's an actual life size replica of it. The inside is
The
not
casino. No.
The inside is not. Yeah, but it does have ancient history or ancient Greek history there. But then there's other things. So even if we just go see it and see, it,
yeah.
that's fine.
But yeah, when he mentioned Greece, man, that would be awesome. To
Oh
see
my
that
gosh,
kind of
right?
history.
Yes. It's amazing how huge it is. I know, I see pictures. I'm just like, oh my gosh, are you going to Tennessee? Are you going to Alan's thing?
I kind of have to because I'm part of the show.
Oh, you're going to distilleries. We're gonna go, I guess, the Confederate Museum, because it's down there.
For the history.
Yeah, I want to go do some things outside though too with the kids because I got Jane and she's gonna want to run
we'll be there.
around and be outside and do some.
Oh, neat, dog.
Oh, there you go, from Alabama, right? Yeah, I went there years ago. Okay. Oh, neato. That's neat. I never actually really understood what that is. The geocaching,
Oh, you just follow coordinates and go find a package.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
Could you imagine doing that before Google?
Sounds amazing. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
How would you even do that?
Wasn't it? Oh, I
don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
We're Yankees.
We're Yankees. Oh yeah, Dawn in Alabama. So, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what all other stuff we get into. But yeah, so this month is busy. We're trying to finish up a bunch of stuff, and then oh gosh, David has prom because they're letting it's not just for seniors. They're doing a high school kind of prom thing. And just a lot going on. Yeah. Huntsville. Distillers in Nashville has the best vanilla vodka. Really? Oh my gosh.
I saw that.
Let's see. So we go to Kentucky for an antique musket. Oh my.
Competition.
Wow.
Neat.
Antique musket. Wow. That's pretty cool, Dawn, in Alabama. Let me see. What am I writing down here? This distillery here.
Lake Moist. I like people playing with the bleeped words.
Oh yeah. The bleeped words. So we were going to just south of Nashville, and the first time we went up, and we were in Nashville for a little while because we had to pick up Brian, and so we walked around. And I'll tell you what, that sun will just the sunshine. There's no trees, and the sun was just trying to murder me. It was like 100 degrees and no shade, and the sun was just up in the sky like, ha ha ha, you like sunshine, don't you, Mary? I was like, quick, get in the next building. Joe's playing with the Dave's got to go.
I actually have to go to the platforms to see what they're actually saying.
Yes.
Phone's telling me to go to bed.
Fun, as you should, since you're working tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, why don't you give me? Did you drink all the?
Nope.
Okay, I'll take a little bit more of that.
It for you.
You're so sweet.
I know, right? Even though I'm bigger than you, it's fine.
Dude, I had not even a whole shot.
I know, because I had a head start.
Just so you know. Franklin is just south. Oh, really?
Yeah, I was learning about
museum, and you can tour the battlegrounds. Oh, neato, because you guys went to Gettysburg, and I didn't go.
And I was doing some genealogy. The Mormons have a great site, that familysearch.org. It's free. Yeah. It's almost on par with what is it?
Right, we're gonna be sweating together.
But yeah, I found out that some of my family members were in the Civil War, and they went down to Nashville and got their butts handed to them. Alan loved that. Oh,
we are not going to be near Chattanooga. I don't believe. Tennessee's pretty wide, right?
Oh yeah, Tennessee is a wide state.
But Little Debbie Park. Anything with the Little Debbie, I'll go.
Oh, we're supposed to go to a haunted playground, right? Was that?
I'm sorry, what?
So, who was talking about that?
I have no idea. That must have been on Alan's show.
No, it was in Discord.
Right. The family genealogy page. Do you want to post what it is? I forget what it's called. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Joe. Look up the photos of the Little Debbie Park. Okay.
And you can build your family tree, okay. and you might hit somebody else's tree, and then it's just like, and it fills it out for you. It's great.
All right. Jamie, pull up Little Debbie Park.
Wait, is that a real thing?
I have to see. Like, we should just drive all around. Like, we should make a thing of it. Go all over Tennessee, because I want to go see Elvis. Oh my gosh, it's a Christmas tree cake.
In Chattanooga? Is that where we're looking?
Oh my gosh. Celeste, are you still here? Do you see what this is?
Like, how do I bring up?
It's a Little Debbie Christmas tree cake. Oh my gosh, it's Little Debbie Park.
Let me see. Maybe
Thank you, Sherry.
Let's see what this does.
Little Debbie Park is on Celeste's bucket list.
Okay, yeah, it's just a Little Debbie tree.
I love it.
Oh wait, that was a video. Let's see what this.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I totally feel the need to go here now. Oh, it looks so fun.
Oh, that's a nice looking.
That looks really nice.
I don't see the Little Debbie stuff, but nice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my head's in the way.
Jones recommended. Okay, here, scroll down to more of the pictures and see that Little Debbie.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Little Debbie. Oh my gosh.
Oh, she got those. Those are the strawberry ones.
We're gonna say they. I'm gonna say they are the strawberry ones.
They look like the strawberry ones. I love the strawberry ones.
Diabetes tree. Oh, it's oh my gosh! Oatmeal cream pie cookie. What is that?
Oatmeal cream pie. Yeah.
Oh, there's another one in the tree. Yeah. Oh man, that's fun. You see, that's wholesome fun right there. I tell you what.
Little Debbie Park.
So much. Oh, that's cute. The kids would love this. Oh, what's that thing in the back there? How do you climb up that? That's like a wall.
Oh, it looks like
a slide kind of thing.
It looks like you
don't want to slide
up and around.
Oh, that's fun. I never even knew that existed. Thank you, Sherry. My whole life has changed now. Yeah.
Oh, fudge brownies.
Oh, fudge brownies. No, it's not it's a
cosmic
brownie. Yeah. Yep.
Bet it's moist. Yeah, it's all moist down there in the south. You guys are nuts.
Oh gosh, yep. John's gonna go visit now when he goes back to Chattanooga.
What is this?
Oh my gosh.
Look at this.
That's the
Nutter
Nutty
Butters.
Buddies.
Nutter Buddies.
Yes. Oh gosh. I love it. Wouldn't it be funny if they were like a little seesaw? You know,
They should
but
have
you
been,
you can just run up that though. That makes it even more fun, I think, because you can run up it. Oh my goodness. Yep. Oh, thanks, babe. Now I want some little
what's
Debbie
going up
snacks.
here? Oh, that's supposed to be the title of the YouTube video. This is a YouTube scene.
Okay. Okay.
Why
How
did I cut
fun.
that off? I don't like that. I'm gonna fix that.
You're gonna you don't we can just close it out right now. I mean, we're
Nope.
done. We looked at it. We know it exists, so now we have to.
Browser.
Has anybody been down to the Arc thing that's down there? Is that like in Tennessee or is that in Kentucky?
Oh, there it is.
I want to go to that sometime.
Wrap it up. Yeah, that doesn't need to be that long. That should only be as long as that.
Hey, Danny, thanks for being here. So this was really great. Super glad that you stopped by. You know, we're here every Friday if you ever just feel like hanging out. We're around.
I want to cook.
Dave wants to get back into the kitchen.
If we keep getting guests, I'm not going to be able to cook. Let Dave
but
cook.
Thank you. Let Dave cook. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Little Debbie Park. Okay. Oh, it's like 2 hours. It's in Kentucky. Okay. 2 hours by parents, less parents'
But we
house.
go through
Yeah.
Kentucky.
We do, but
they
we
got a
only
little
go through a certain part of it. I
line?
don't know. Oh, the zip line. That's fun. Mm-hmm. Off of 275. Look at that. Ah. I can't believe I didn't know that this was a thing.
What is that? That's neat.
Oh, it looks fun. I want to go. Yeah.
What? Oh, there's that rock wall thing.
There it is.
Okay,
that
so
looks
it's not
neat.
straight up. You go.
Yep. That's
horizontal.
good. That's good for the kids
Oh yeah,
to learn. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, he won't be cooking meth. He's gonna make something, but it's not gonna be drugs.
I have a dessert queued up.
He has. Hey, thanks, Alex.
Oh wow, thanks
Thank
for
you. He does. Dave has some ideas, some things that he's been wanting to cook. So, yeah. So Ryan says he's mad now because we reminded him that there hasn't been cooking with Dave.
Oh yeah,
in a while. So
biggest fan.
Yeah, biggest fan right there. So we'll have to do some cooking next time we don't have a guest. You can do some cooking. How about that? Sound good?
A lot of
great.
guests have been like, "Hey, you want to you want us on the show?" And I'm like, "Yes, cool."
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you."
It's
I
happening
love when
again.
friends be like, "Hey, I got this person."
Yeah.
Neat.
Yep. So I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun because we haven't had guests for a little while, and we were just kind of getting into the groove of what we were doing, cooking, game night, whatever. And then it's like, oh, it's nice to talk to people again.
Yeah.
Like have
Start
a
to
guest
feel like
on.
a real show.
But as always, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the folks hanging out with us. Thank you so
What
much,
is the
everybody, for
Arc
being here.
Park?
Let's see. Oh, Jungle Gyms isn't far. Okay. Do you want to be on the show? Have you been on the show?
I lose track of who's who.
Hold on one
Is
second.
it
I'm
the
going to write
Ark
down
Encounter?
the
Nice size Noah's
Ark.
Ark.
Okay. And then there is
Oh wow,
Jungle Gyms. Yeah, right.
That's big. I gotta bring that up now. Thing's huge.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Dave can cook in Tennessee, and I can look over his shoulder the whole time.
Only got half of it on there.
Yeah, it's huge. And then there's another thing connected to it or something. So, hey, thanks for following, Danny. Appreciate that. People say, I mean, it takes a couple days to really go through everything if you want to, like, really do it right, So I told David, and he's like, "Oh, really?" But I should show him the picture. I mean, like, dude, it's ginormous. Yeah, be really nice to go see it.
It'd be neat to see.
Yeah, it would. So we'll have to plan around that for next year, right? Like around our trip to Tennessee and make that a thing. So, but I think we should probably go.
I think
I'm getting a little snacky, feel a little peckish, and it's time to go to bed anyway because we're being good.
We are.
Yeah, Bruce. Thanks for being here, guys. Don't forget, if you want to know about movie night and where to watch, if you don't know yet, you can message.
Find our LLN community on Facebook.
Or message the page. And Dave will definitely get back to you because I'm not good at getting back to people. I'm I'm so bad.
I don't think Aaron's here, and I don't know how to invite people to the Discord, but we do have a Discord.
That's okay. Yep, that's all right.
We can figure it out.
So Sunday night, we're going to be Feds Need Not Inquire. Right? We're going to watch Three Amigos for Cinco de Mayo, you guys. So have a great weekend. First weekend in May, and we'll see you guys on Sunday night. Bye.
Good night.
I don't like your T-Series. Nothing personal, kid. But I must go all out. Just this once. Bob's or Vagana, whichever will it be. Set the fuck down, T-Series, I'm here to spill the real tea. You tryna dethrone me from spot on number 1, but you India, you lose, so best think you haven't won. When I'm through with you, we're gonna be completely fucking done, cause we only just begun. I review you, 0 vibe gone. So come on, T-Series, looking hungry for some drama. Here, let me serve you bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. Look at T-Series, they just crying for their mama. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series just whip himself in their pajamas. So who the hell is Bob and why you wanna kiss him? Ew. I'm a blue-eyed white dragon while you're just dark magician. Ooh. You got a fifth of the population in your nation, but I got 90 rolls the world's a whole, your defecation. Oops, multipatlo, what the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Your language sounds like it come from a mumble rap community. No papa, yes papa, Johnny. Now download the sugar and let's throw this fucking party with some bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. Look at T-Series, they just crying for their mama. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. Look at T-Series, they just wet in their pajama. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. T-Series ain't nothing but a bitch lasagna. You got a population of 1.32 billion, but most your videos can't seem to hit even a million. Sabot! Why did you leave me?
Magic potty baby, your bottle's all done. It's potty training time, will be so much fun. I help you with your training dance, you make me so proud. Your potty feels like magic, then it flushes out loud.
It's fun to help Magic Potty Baby learn to use her potty. Flush and you're ready for next time.
Magic potty baby, I'm so glad that you're mine.
Magic Potty Baby and her Magic Potty. No water, no mess. Batteries not included.